Hi there and welcome back, fellow thinkers, to Torment, Tides of Numenera. The newest patch 0.1.2, and they've changed so much, at least the graphics. The graphics looks much better already, and there is ornamentation everywhere. It feels so good, and also I think the voice is to be heard cleaner. It's really cool. I've just played through the beginning of the game. That has not changed so much, but the graphics are already pretty crisp now, and I've come to a cautious nano with playing through, just like not really ambitiously or thinking much about it. I was just playing. We have 3 might, 4 speed, 8 intellect, and we can now select more. And you can see how much more clearly what is good for you, what will be your skills. Everything will be pretty good. Let's see what we can have here. Heavy weapons, tactical weapons, speed defense. Yeah, we'll go for that speed defense. Let's see, we have the type. Yeah. So our type is a nano, a cautious nano. And what we gain is concentration, perception, and stealth. What we don't have is initiative and running, it seems. And what we have is speed defense. So let's go to the next thing about the character creation. We have the pools here. We have already gained 8 intellect, 4 speed, 3 might. So we can increase our pool now. As we are nano, I think we want to increase, might a bit and intellect a bit. So our points are nicely distributed. You don't want to be that weak in an area, so 4 points, that's already pretty weak. So, but our intellect is our strength. Let's see. Allocate stat edge points. I think that's new. Edge provides a bonus to all tasks and challenges that use a particular stat. For each point of edge in that stat, you can use 1 level of effort at no stat pool cost. Edge also reduces the activation cost of abilities, eventually making some free to activate. And as we're a nano, we'll go for intellect. That's maybe more effective. Would be maybe speed. We cannot choose might, I think. We can choose speed. Intellect or speed. Speed would be the power gamer's choice. Intellect is the role player's choice. We go for the intellect. We're role players at that point. We can select abilities now. We can be resourceful. Increases your level of training in cipher use. Always pretty good, even if I didn't use many ciphers. Quantum step is helpful in combat. Adaptation. It protects us. Yeah, that's not bad. Scan thoughts. If you're playing this the first time, you should definitely go for scan thoughts. It's so interesting to read the surface thoughts of most people or creatures you speak with. This can sometimes be useful when navigating tricky conversation, and it's just fun to read all the thoughts. And innovate heals us. Well, I've used scan thoughts the last time. We'll go for innovate this time. Removing negative fettles and healing. And I don't know, adaptation. Adaptation may be good. Scan thoughts may be good. Yeah, what do you know? I'm choosing scan thoughts again. It's just so good. I want to know what changed in the conversations as well. So, an exploration skill we have here. We can go for... We have 1 pick? Yeah, I think we have 1 pick. We can go for mystical, natural, or machinery. Natural sciences, mystical sciences, transdimensional creatures. I think we'll go for the transdimensional creatures this time. This seems cool somehow. It's connected to the Cthulhu empires and legends I'm currently totally in about, as you may have seen my Stellaris Cthulhu Let's Play. So we're going for the mystical law. Academic knowledge of sciences that are not exactly physical or natural, including strange or trans-dimensional creatures. 15% bonus, okay, on difficult tasks. And a weapon skill. Only glaives receive training in weapon skills, so we don't have a weapon skill here. We can change our descriptor. We're cautious at the moment. Getting better stealth skill and speed defense skill. I don't think that's so good for a nano. Maybe mystical would be. Cipher use anamnesis, but minus in persuasion and intimidation. Could be intelligent. We could gain more law and anamnesis. Anamnesis is used to remember stuff, which is very nice. Learned. Learned seems pretty good here. Great deal of information. Few social graces. +1 in persuasion. How does that come together? Learned seems very good. Clever. Good judge of others. Observant. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things to learn here. Smashing and running are not really that helpful for us, so observant would be, I think, a nice choice. An observant nano is pretty cool, I think. Strong, rugged, graceful. Cautious, yeah. Charming would be nice. Plus -1 in healing and -2 intellect pool. That doesn't hurt us that much. But minus in healing? I don't know. I think we'll learned. Yeah, speed defense skill is... We'll see about that. But the healing skill, we already can heal. And we also have some persuasion then, which I think is cool. Or observant. Observant is also pretty nice, I think. Let's see about that. Concentration we have then. Persuasion or concentration? Mystical law. Screw this. We want to be learned. We wish to proceed. This is your last chance. Change the last cast of character typo descriptor. Yes. Oh, let's see what's the game about really now. I think we are going straight into a combat with the tides. At least that was it last time. So stay tuned about that. There are also like a lot of things coming that are in the official stats, like 4K backgrounds and all that coming, all that sweet candy stuff for your desktop. And the Spectre also looks different. He looks much better. And as you see, everything in this menu is very polished now. Well, the graphics here are better, but not as much as the interface. The interface looks totally cool already. The Spectre. Everything about this spectral figure seems dreamlike. He is a hazy silhouette who seems to be made blue glass smoke. He wears stylish, well-cut clothes. His handsome, bearded face seems hauntingly familiar, though you've never seen him before. He breathes a sigh of relief when he sees you. We weren't sure that would work. We pooled our strength and channeled it through me to reach you, to rouse you, wake you up. Glances at the other figures here and frowns unhappily. So there's a change. There are other figures here. Originally there was just the Spectre. The effort took more out of them than we anticipated. They're only shadows now, not even reflections. Look, I'll bet you've got a lot of questions. You need to know that we're not exactly people. I'm a part of your mind, a splinter. These others, they're some of your memories. This whole place is built from residue in your psyche. Your body out there in the real world is healing from that fall. You need to get out there so you can finish the process and heal all the way. It's going to be a little more complicated than just waking up, though. Before I met you, I felt like something was haunting me. Do you know what it was? Closes his eyes. That's a memory I don't want to recall. Large, black, furious, an infection, a cancer. It's our death. It's the sorrow. He closes his eyes. I hope it's lost interest in you. It will annihilate us if it finds us. And yeah, you said it's a complicated process. What do I need to do to heal my body? Let's go to the matter of fact. We want to progress in the game as quickly as possible at the moment. This is not a playthrough yet, as it's a very early version, and it's still, the first disclaimer said it, it's still the Sacred Cliffs story, which we have played through already, so I'll just give you a short look into the new look of the game and what's new here about the interface, the graphics, and maybe the combat. So what do I need to heal my body? First thing you've got to do is wake up from this dream state. You've probably landed near the resonance chamber. Just climb inside that, attune to the tides, and you should be fine. Alright, let's do that. What's a resonance chamber? I remember pieces about it, but not the whole. It's a glass sarcophagus. In the real world, it's inside a crystal dome somewhere, with 5 mechanical arms around it and a metal ring set in the floor. I remember that. We were aiming toward it when we fell. When you open your eyes in the real world, it should be close to you. And what do you mean attuned to the tides? Tides are like a force, like gravity or magnetism or something, except they respond to people's actions and perceptions. Your body, that is, your body in the real world, needs the tides to survive. So what's the plan? What do I have to do? There's a tidal portal down there. I'll take you back to your body. Just step through it and the rest of the process should take care of itself. Once you wake up in the real world, find the resonance chamber, activate it, and we can... What in the hell is that? It's a tentacle-like being. In the strangest dreams. Sorrow is anchored to those reflections. It's devouring their power. To get rid of them, to kill them, destroy its anchors. Or else the sorrow will erase us forever. What do we know? What do we have here? We have Onslaught. Gives us 4 physical damage. I think we'll just run in at the moment. And do a basic attack for starters. Now that worked. What in the... It's escaping! It's going to hide inside your mind! What more is there to do? Let's see. We can also use Onslaught. Yeah, I want the 85%. Boom! And more here. Easy to hit. We need to end our turn, I guess. We can move, though. Sorrow. There's a sorrow fragment coming back. Kill the last one. Stop the... Stop the sorrow. We'll do that. With an onslaught. Oh, we missed. No! I have to end our turn. How did that work? Yeah, like that. There are more sorrow fragments. Let's attack again. Basic attack. There we go. I can't believe you pried the sorrow loose. With any luck, that will give us the space we need to get to the resonance chamber. Continue. Stop the sorrow. And it's now changed in a way that you see the exact percentage that it should give. So that's pretty cool, I think. So you can also game the game, not only experience it, and you also know the numbers, which is pretty helpful when choosing what to do in combat. After all, combat is a tactical simulation. It's also good to express who you are, but all in all, as an old D&D player, you like some tactical simulations there. Oh, what was that? What did you do, Calistique? Aligan's tone has become accusatory, suspicious. You open your eyes. The first thing you notice is this man's kaleidoscope of tattoos wreathing across his forearms. He wears a long dark coat belted at the waist, supplies filling the pockets. His boots are worn and stained with years of travel. You blame me. He emitted an internal physiological reaction in response to the fall, probably related to that fantastic healing process. Obviously, Aligan. Her voice rolls and hisses, and you have to rub your eyes to be sure that you're not seeing double. Faint echoes of her actions trail from her, each nearly mimicking her, though some act and react to stimuli that you can't perceive. Her vivid hair and outrageous clothing remain constant through these shadows. Oh yes, it's obvious, Calistique. His voice is grim and clipped. Then he sees you looking at him. You're no ordinary mortal. We know that much. Start talking. Scan thought he's the changing god. Calistique is deliberately blinding herself. But why? First, where am I? How did I get there? Built the dome, don't you recognize it? Aligan growls. Aligan's being more paranoid than usual, Calistique thinks. How long must I put up with him? You know he's not a changing god, Aligan. It's his face, Aligan says. I have never seen any other people rebuild themselves like that. Only the changing god could have healed so quickly. He sighs and rubs his face, trying to regain his composure. Maybe you could help me for the change. You know what this means to me. You're familiar with the word changing, Aligan. It implies inconstancy. Thus, the changing god may well have changed. Several versions of her shrug, and she addresses you. You'll have to forgive him. He believes you're someone he once knew. Even though it's painfully obvious to anyone that you are newly born. If I'm not mistaken... Oh, yeah. Calistique, her most solid self curtsies while others bow or spin. I and my sisters am Calistique. This is Aligan. We are explorers, knowledge seekers. That's how we came to be in this room. If I'm not mistaken, you are what we call a cast-off. The changing god created you. Body and mind. Your sire used your body for a time, then had abandoned it for reason of his own. When his mind departed for a new experience, you were born in his cast-off shell. If falling from the sky didn't kill me, is there anything that can? An excellent question, Calistique says. Having seen your regenerative abilities in action, I suspect they are primarily physical, a regrowth. If that's the case, you'd be unable to survive most varieties of psychic or molecular decomposition, disintegration, conflagration, and so forth. Degenerative diseases could pose a problem, and I know of several entities capable of psychic destruction. As he speaks, a vision flashes into your mind. It's not yours exactly. Somehow you know this is a memory of the changing gods. You are in a dark room, lit by a myriad of blinking lights and holograms from the many machines surrounding you. What about a body that can withstand the sorrow's attacks, says a voice. It seems to be coming from one of the machines. No, you reply, the thing has no respect for barriers of any kind. Physical, temporal, psychic. This is the only way. It's a series of gestures. You bring up an image of a crystalline pod. If the resonance chamber works, It will give us the power to stop the Sorrows hunt once and for all. We just need the right focal point, a catalyst. The memory fades. Calistique is still talking. You realize that the device you saw in the memory is identical to the one behind you now. Looks like just like the Spectre had described it, a transparent sarcophagus inside a crystalline dome with mechanical arms arrayed around it on a metal ring. Unfortunately, the dome is shattered, the sarcophagus is cracked, and one of the arms is in pieces on the floor. Whatever its function, it clearly needs repair. Or flesh-eating viruses. One presumes disfigurement by the iron wind could likewise be devastating enough to... Calistique rambles on. I think he gets the point, Calistique, Elegant says. Yeah, about all of the questions. We want to proceed into the reef now. This is an exploration episode of the game, so the state of the game at the moment. Do either of you know how to fix that crystal chamber here? Elegant chuckles. Then Furman's certain, he says, not likely, though it might not be impossible. You need people with the appropriate knowledge. I'm sure the cult of the Changing God will hold the answer. Calistique's distaste is evident in the expressions of her echoes, although the face of the one in the lead remains carefully impassive. You turn to the insane to help a newborn. Where's your judgment, Elegant? I would take him to the Order of Truth. The Order of Truth, Elegant says. Are you mad? They would sooner take us apart. And we'll go with Elegant this time, because I've gone with Calistique the last time, so... Elegant, will you take me to the cult of the Changing God? A wise choice. Your worshippers aren't likely to cut you apart, and they're sometimes fools, but they collect knowledge and data. They'll tell you more than you care to know about, whoever you are. They could give you good counsel. Calistique sniffs and gives Elegant an acid glare. Good counsel? The best counsel is to come with me. I'll accompany the two of you. When you change your mind, you'll need an introduction to the Order of Truth. Fine, we'll go, Elegant says, but don't be surprised when Calistique leaves you broken in a ditch with your purse empty while she laughs it off as a good experiment. Suspicious as always, Elegant. Child, the world is an exciting place, but it is full of dangers. Rest assured, one of us will get you safely to where you need to be. I'll be right behind you. A sunny smile crosses her faces. Alright, then let's go. And we'll leave this place without admiring the new portraits. And also the new loading screen here, where one thing is focused and the other ones are blurred in the back. A nice technique of photography, now in the graphics too. And as you may see, everything is much more detailed now. It's just better graphics. There was like blurred, everything was a little bit blurred the last time. And now everything is intricate and very nice all in all. Let's see, clearly cut shapes. And it's starting to look pretty beautiful right now. It was beautiful before, but in a rugged way. And now it seems even more alive. Also the sounds are very nice. And you can hear seagulls. Well, I've had problems with seagulls. So, yeah, so not being able to publish the video because of seagull sounds. Which Warner Music claimed as their own seagull sounds, that is. And I know that there's a fight coming up there if we want that. There's a lot to explore here. If you're new to the game, just interact with everything. Just be careful with that thing here. It can kill you. I think that thing can kill you as well. That thing I know for sure can kill you, so be careful. Or save before you do it. That's the best advice. Yeah, you can zoom in now. It's pretty nice. It's a nice barrier here. And now, an encounter. There you go. This is Quarro coming. And his party members are much nicer than before. As you step onto what looks like the back of the enormous construct, 4 strangers approach you. In the lead is a wiry man with parallel scars running from cheek to collarbone on the left side of his face. He gives you a welcoming smile, pulling on grey gloves embedded with pulsing lights. He's about to say something to you when he notices Calistique. "Cal," Chorus says, "I thought you'd sworn off trawling the reef. Found anything tasty?" His eyes travel up and down, both you and Aligan. Odds and ends, Quarro, Calistique says, "Nothing that would interest you, I'm sure." Her words are calm, but she has gone quite still. Scan thought, what is he doing here? He has something up his sleeve, I know it. Turn to Quarro. Oh no. May we pass? Of course, Quarro says. But first a question. One traveler to another. There was a falling star that landed near here not long ago. I was wondering if you knew anything about it. I don't trust them, Aligan says. Aligan hisses in your ear, but loud enough that Calistique can hear too. Any friend of hers is a cheat, a killer, or both. Killer or not, she whispers, Quarro is not a man who can be trusted with unvarnished truth. Tread lightly. We'll say the truth. I'm pretty sure that will lead to a fight. I fell from the sky. There was no star. I thought so. To reward your honesty, shall be honest in turn. You have 2 choices here. Both of them are dreadful. He holds up a finger. First option, you surrender to us and we convey you to my employer for, well, experimentation and dissection, frankly. It's not pretty, but there it is. He holds up a second finger. Second option, we kill you and the old man. Try not to kill Calistique and bring your body to our employers anyway. Winks at Calistique. Apologies, sweetness. And I think the first option, if you have a weak character, is a viable option and will not kill you. But we want to see a fight here, so... Aligan whirls on Calistique, his face tight with fury. You told him we were here, didn't you? Couldn't resist selling me out one more time. Okay, so back from a short pause. I need to run sometimes from for my little ones who may have good, bad, whatever dreams, and they're shrieking in the night, crying a little bit, and then I'll have to sprint to them, and then it's all good after some minutes. But of course, I have to stop instantly. I have to drop everything what I'm doing and run at them. Care for them. So, back to that conversation with Quarro. So Aligan whirls on Calistique, his face tight with fury. You told him we were here, didn't you? Could resist selling me out one more time? Back to the combat, that is. Are you really so paranoid? She sighs in exasperation. Darling, she says to Quarro, take your thugs and go home, otherwise we'll have to rip you to pieces. The bowl is already so untidy. Quarro clenches his gloved fist and a soft whistle pierces the air. What do you say, Fallen Star? I'm not going anywhere with you. What a shame, Quarro says and glances at his companions. Now! And he has his... whatever that is. Anyway, I think we're good here. They have quite some weapons. And that guy is hidden as well. They are more than us, so everything... But this guy is running into a flanked position even. Maybe Calistique can... let's see what she can do. She has whatever that is. It's, I think, a defense thing. There's of course the onslaught, which is very good. But this guy is flanked. Let's see if we can damage basic attack. That should be same strength, so... Ah, it was only 2 damage. Not that good. Can we add up some more? No. We can go for the dimensional superposition. I think we just have to end turn here for her. And we've got Eligern, who can really do what? He has a lot of intellect as well. He has adaptation, innovate, hide, living tattoos. Ready to empower Eligern's next action. I think we'll just go there and attack him, though. Yeah, he does a lot of damage. That's good. And this Ixa will use our onslaught, or will we? Let's look at that. Maybe we'll just use our basic attack. Let's see. 3 damage. That's pretty good. Let's go for the basic attacks first. The onslaughts are good for the distance. Whoa, they're throwing stuff at us. Knocked down. I think it's a lot more neat with the stuff here. Oh, a critical hit even. Flanked again. Maybe we'll lose this. I'm not sure. Definitely not that easy anymore. What can Calistique do? Can use the onslaught. Dimensional superposition. We should do that. Maybe here. Then use the onslaught. Attack! Ixa guy has to die. It's Eligern's turn. Let's see what we can do here. Living tattoos is good. Can we hit? Yes. Need to kill quickly. 100% hitting chance, and we killed that guy. Calistique is pretty much in trouble. But the others are too. Look at their hit points and look at ours. They're pretty good. I have to save Calistique though. She has a physical attack here. 85%. 3 damage. Should be okay. But I think it's much safer to go for the onslaught again, as we don't have a flanking bonus here. Look at that, what an onslaught. And we can add an attack? No, we cannot add an attack. We will just leave it at that. Eligern here. Attack. Another one down. We have our last cast off. And we should be able to make an onslaught on that guy. Bam! 8 damage. Wow. I think we instantly killed that one. And we can run now too. There's Quoro. Quoro looks around. The point of his crossbow droops as he takes in the direness of his situation. Well, Falling Stars, it seems you've put me at a disadvantage. What do you say? Let bygones be, huh? He flashes a handsome smile. Remember, I'm just the employee here. All of us got to eat. I'd rather part friends than wounded enemies, wouldn't you? Calistic, a good suggestion. He's an honest boy, mostly, if you're on the same side, at least. Of course, you would say that. I'd feel safer if both of you jumped in the reef. Go. There's no reason more people need to be hurt. You know our strength now. He beams. Right you are, as strong as you are smart. Well, I'll just be going then, eh? And he moves away, and we saw the combat. There's not much new to the combat, but there are some effects, like gaining considerable bonuses, not only to hit bonuses, and there's some balance done. Onslaught is better. I like the new combat. Also, if the graphical effects are better and add to the atmosphere. Aligon, that was a fiasco, I have to say. I'm surprised you let him go. The changing god I knew wouldn't have done that. He crosses his arms. Anyway, I hope you've learned something. You can't trust her in any reality. Excuse me? Are you suggesting I had something to do with Quorro's plans? Scan thoughts. Oh, I cannot abide this rabid paranoia a moment longer. Are you suggesting you didn't? An old friend of yours just happens to be waiting for us, armed and outnumbering us, as we return from the greatest find the reef has seen in years. It's too convenient for me, too convenient by far. They attacked me too, in case you missed that. Yeah, she's right. Well, they didn't kill you. Maybe you intended for them to weaken us so you could stab us in our sleep tonight. Eligan throws up a hand, forestalling Calistic's retort. Look, I don't care. Fact is, I can't trust you anymore. I wonder why I ever did. This is the last we travel together. Got enough to worry about without having to watch my back 28 hours a day. Turns to you. You coming, kid, or what? You're going... Yeah. Calistic, it was a little convenient, and we're going with Eligan for now. Don't be absurd. Even if I had any interest in betraying you, do you really think that I would need Quorro's help? I'd simply do the job myself. Why dilute potential profits by introducing a cut-rate mercenary to the equation? Egan, so you admit that you plan to profit of him? He gestured at Calistic with his tattoo-covered arm. I told you she's not to be trusted. You haven't seen 1/10 of her deaths, not 1/20. She's a backstabbing bitch, and this mess here only proves it. Always a paragon of class, Aligan. This is the thanks I get for coddling your pain-rattled judgmental weakness for far too long. I've had enough. Turns to you, child. I'm happy to guide you, but I will not walk another step with this paranoid buffoon. Finally, something we agree on, Aligan growls. Kid, she'll chop off your head and spit down your throat. I'll get you where you need to go and let you sleep at night to boot. It's up to you. I go with Aligan for now. As you wish, Calistic says. Should you change your mind, I'll be at the order of truth. But don't bring the complainer. A farewell to you, child, and best of luck. You will need it. And good riddance, Aligan says. He gestures toward the stair. Come on. Whatever answers exist are up there. And we have now tides here. So the tide attunement is now done by your actions instead of at the start. The starting event has changed. I wonder what else has changed, but I'll have to hold off with a playthrough until I've finished my Pillars of Eternity, because I want to fully concentrate on Torment, and I'm already at 3 games. I need 1 strategy game, of course, and I need Wizardry 8 because I always play that. There's that one other game I have here available to concentrate on, and that's at the moment still Pillars of Eternity. And also I fear that the saves made here may be for a little while unaccessible after a while, so I'm very unsure if I cannot concentrate on this run that we will make it through the game. And I really like to finish. I really like to finish my playthroughs, even if it's only the early access version that is only in Sager's Cliffs. Look at that. Everything looks so nice here. And they said it's going to be even nicer. And I'm going to trust them because already everything looks great. Look at the inventory again. You can see much here. Also the ciphers here, there's a special menu now for them. They're not just added into a special inventory. And you can somehow combine them. Everything looks much better now. You have the Fettles overview. Inventory, you have the character sheet with your skills, abilities, you have the journal with quests in progress, main quests, and of course like side quests. I think this is also split up then. So everything looks really good. So we have the party inventory, we have the character sheet, at the journal. Let's look at the map. Map also looks better, and there are some persons of special interest marked here. The last cast of an Aligan and Tibia that you can recruit also marked here. And you have now a small X instead of a close thing that here. You can see here's a point of interest, a party member, or a potential party member in Tibia's case. Very nice. I like the new map. And there's the game options. Let's look at the options. What's new there? The graphics here, you can change that up and down, I think, as you need. Like 1920p or 1080p is at the moment the highest my monitor can do, so it's up to that. And there's a lot of other resolutions there too. Can adjust the brightness, the saturation, VSync even is there. Pretty good, that wasn't there before. And I think you could probably change the controls. But only perhaps in the files it looks like that. We have the interface where you can change everything. The text size will probably be activated. Change the camera mode, camera speed, difficulty display mode. So everything looks fine, and I can only recommend this to you. So either go to Kickstarter or to Steam, or I think this is where you can get it. And yeah, if you liked my playthrough that you can find on the YouTube page, then you will probably like the whole game. And it's a very much story-based game. There is combat, and it's interesting combat. But story is really the heart of this game, as it was with the original Torment. So, with this, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little overview of the patch 0.12 that recently came. The game is now, as a viewer told me, announced for early 2017, so there will be a lot of patches coming. This is why I'm holding off for now for a complete playthrough again, because yeah, save files may not continue to be working. We'll look into that when the patches come again and again, and I'll keep you informed. So See you maybe in the next episode of an overview of the game, or in one of my other playthroughs that you can see there, Pillars of Eternity, which is also a pretty good game, I think, and yeah, of course the classic Wizardry 8 and Stellaris at the moment. So thank you for watching. Happy gaming to you. This is Immanuel Can, signing out.